Thanks, Rajul. Excellencies, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is a great day to celebrate here in Washington. As the current chair of the board of IFPRI, it's my privilege to welcome you to this 40th anniversary event. And all of us are here from the board, and we had a board meeting this week, and so we're extremely proud to be celebrating this milestone occasion with you. Some say that life begins at 40, but in the case of IFPRI, life really began on day one. That was when it was established back in 1975. IFPRI's first chairman was Sir John Crawford. He was a passionate advocate for international agricultural research, and as one friend put it, he's a serial institutional builder, which included the architecture of the Consultative Group of International Agricultural Research. And he was chair of that CG's Technical Advisory Committee. He saw from the outset that there was this great need for food policy research as part of the CGIAR. And he's helped to secure the first 5 years of funding for that with help from the Ford and Rockefeller Foundations and Canada's International Development Research Centre. And he did so even though there was quite a lot of reluctance from other members of the CG at that time, other leaders in that group, and also from numerous funders in Europe especially. They were yet to be convinced that this was a good idea to have a food policy research institute looking at global food issues. But along with IFPRI's first Director General and the first Board of Trustees, Sir John helped set up this institute and set it on a course that has proven to be very sustainable. And each of IFPRI's subsequent 5 Directors General have played a pivotal role in advancing that course. 2 of those Directors General are here today, John Mellor and Joachim von Braun, and a third, Per Pinstrup Andersen, would have been here, but he got the flu this week, so he has to send his apologies. Also with us are 2 former chairs of the IFPRI board, Ross Garno and Martin Pinheiro. And so we give you an especially warm welcome today, along with other former staff who are here, some of whom were here at the beginning of IFPRI 40 years ago. Of course, IFPRI would be nothing without its superb researchers and support staff. And despite the absence of tenure that many academics enjoy, and this ever-increasing demand for having to refresh research grants, a great many of those staff have remained with the Institute, some of them for more than 2 decades. They've been tirelessly committed to producing highly respected, policy-relevant research because I think they believe passionately in IFPRI's mission, which is to improve the lives of hungry and malnourished people throughout the world. So our thanks go to those staff, both past and current. Needless to say, the research themes of IFPRI have evolved over time. Initially, the focus was on the world food situation because IFPRI was formed just after oil and food prices spiked in 1973-4. It was also focused on what was seen as a major problem in developing countries, which was an anti-agricultural bias in price and trade policies. But over the next 4 decades, IFPRI broadened its research agenda, and it tackled new research questions with new methodologies and new data, often data that were collected in-country by IFPRI staff and their supporters. So we look forward today to sharing some of the outcomes from that research effort and to contemplating the most appropriate research directions for the next decade or so. Let me finally express our grateful thanks to the Institute's research partners for ensuring IFPRI's continued success, to those that are providing the investment funds that make it all possible, and to those collaborating to generate and communicate the research outputs. And most importantly, to those taking up the research and putting it to work for development outcomes and impact over these past 40 years. We'll be celebrating some of them today and look forward to taking up new opportunities as they arise in the years ahead. So now let me welcome our Director General, Shing Jin Pan.